Moses is first and foremost a preacher here in the book of Deuteronomy. And his great concern is the spiritual well-being for his people, the people of Israel. I mean, isn't that what you'd expect of a shepherd? Isn't that what you'd expect of a pastor to have concern for the spiritual well-being? And so he's laying out, I care about you. I don't want you to apostatize, which leads to idolatry, and then all the consequences that come with that. Furthermore, he loves his country. And he knows what's going to happen when the country apostatizes and then turns to idolatry. And then we have the Old Testament record of what God did to them when they didn't heed this. When people didn't follow His instructions. Like, I understand the heart is kind of pulling at you. That just seems a bit strict to take a covenant breaker and kill them. I get it. But what happens when this goes on decade after decade and it leads to centuries, and God continues to send His prophets calling you, pleading with you to come back to your first love? Right? Quit committing spiritual harlotry with me. Stop going after these false gods who didn't deliver you from Egypt. I did that. I fed you. I clothed you. I gave you this goodly land. I gave you fields that you didn't even have to plant. Have any of you started farming? You know how hard it is to just take bare ground and get it going, or plant a fruit tree and you got to wait 3 to 5 years before you get the first plum? God says you're not going to have to do any of that. You're just going to go in the land. I'm going to give it to you. Why would you go after these false gods? This is serious business, and I'm trying to lay this out because if you're like me, you grew up in a culture who thought, there's no way we want to go to this Old Testament system. I mean, that's just harsh. But Paul says it's holy, just, and good. And so we need to look at it through the eyes of Paul. Says, there's something good here. There's something just here. There's something holy here. And so we need to read this afresh and look at it in light of what idolatry and what apostasy is actually saying to the Creator of the universe and the Redeemer of the children of Israel.